Welcome to EP Daily. Today on the show, Master Chief gets animated in the rundown.
Plus, I head to Cannes, France to catch up with the cast of Killjoys.
And then we assemble a review of LEGO Dimensions. Get in.
There's just something missing.
Oh, come on. Also coming up, Marissa investigates the latest Adventure Time game. We shoot some hoops with my NBA 2K16 and much more today on EP Daily. Brought to you by EB Games. I'm your host, Victor Lucas, bringing you the latest in everything cool every single day. And there's only one thing that can save the Earth from being glassed. It's called the Rundown. If you don't want to see what Master Chief looks like under his helmet, avert your eyes. Take a look at Halo: The Fall of Reach, a new animated miniseries based on the Halo novel of the same name. The story serves as a prequel to the original Halo game, chronicling the origin of Master Chief and the entire Spartan program. Audiences will also get to see the start of humanity's war against the Covenant. The Fall of Reach will be included in Halo 5 Guardians Deluxe Edition when the game deploys next week. Quentin Tarantino really wants you to see his next movie the old-fashioned way. The director has revealed that there will be two different versions of his new film, The Hateful Eight. One is an extended cut that will only be shown in 70mm film projection theaters, and the second is a shorter version which will be shown in wide release everywhere else. The extended cut doesn't just include extra footage, it will have different shots and editing choices that Tarantino feels will work well in the massive 70mm format, but might not look as good on standard-sized screens. The 70mm version of The Hateful Eight will open on Christmas Day, followed by the standard version on January 8th. Tarantino has long been struggling to keep the dying film format alive, while more and more filmmakers have switched to digital.
Well. Looks like Minnie's haberdashery is about to get cozy for the next few days.
Yes, it does.
Tarantino and Halo in the rundown. That sounds pretty good to me. How about you, Marissa Roberto?
I like Tarantino and I like Halo, so I'm excited about today.
Yeah.
Today's a good day.
Today's a good day.
Let's hit it.
All right, Tarantino is steadfast in his refusal to let film fade away. He really wants to champion it. Why do you think it's so important to him?
I just feel like he's always been on his own path as a director and as a filmmaker. I just feel like this is something that is important to him, and because it appeals to him or it's good for him, it's good for me. Like, I'm along for the ride if he's into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. He's a guy that I think really came sort of into the business with a lot of love for film and a lot of love for the history of movies, and that's always reflected in his work. And he kind of composes these movies. He crafts them to kind of respond to all the things that influenced him.
Yeah.
And I think that sort of adherence to the 70mm format is pretty amazing. I think there is this small movement. It's not that large in Hollywood right now. They're doing everything they can to preserve film. I know that Star Wars was shot on film. Nolan is a huge film fan. You know, there's a bunch of other guys that just prefer it, but digital's just getting better and better and better and cheaper every day.
Well, I know. I keep telling my Nono to get rid of his VCR and just pick up a Blu-ray player already, but he won't do it. So I get it. Like, you want to hold on to the things that you love, and that's fine. If it works for you, I mean, it works for me as long as the art is good.
So are we going to go then and review the movie on 70mm screen? Where would we have to go?
I don't even know.
Is there one still left in our city? I don't even know if there is. We will have to do some research on that. All right. Well, let's move on then to the Halo: The Fall of Reach animated show. What do you think? What do you think of the trailer?
Listen, I love these animated features.
Yeah.
I absolutely love them, and I love what this looks like too. But I believe I buy all this lore. I buy all the Halo lore.
Yeah.
Like, I'm into the story. I'm into all of it. So, do I want to see the origins of Master Chief, and do I want to see this boy become a man soldier? Yes, definitely.
Me too. I do. And when you watch it, it looks, you know, the quality of the cutscenes in the last few Halo games have been unbelievable, and this looks kind of on par with that, maybe a little bit nicer with some beautiful space scenes and stuff.
I'll eat the show up, for sure.
Yeah, well, speaking of sci-fi being everything right now, you went to MIPCOM recently and you spoke with the cast of Killjoys.
Our agents are guided by one principle, one code. What is that code?
The warrant is all.
I'm a little intimidated right now because I'm beside a lady that kicks a lot of butt in Killjoys. My God, I can't even, I'm already gushing. I was gushing before we started rolling about how much ass you kick, girl. My God, have you trained for this or do you just kick ass normally?
To be honest, I actually had never had any training before in kicking ass. But when I started the job and the role, we got to do Krav Maga, capoeira, everything. And I kind of enjoyed it a bit too much. I really loved my stunt rehearsals. I got a real thrill. My character's called Dutch, and she is a killjoy. And a killjoy is basically a bounty hunter in space. Joy means money and kill for money. She is a level 5 warrant, a killjoy, and she only takes on level 5s where you can kill. Johnny, she takes under her wing. He is a different level of a killjoy. And then Davin, the brother, comes in a bit later on. But basically, it's about 3 killjoys within a completely different planetary system. It's so cool. There's romance, there's humor, and there's a real dark past with all these characters that kind of catch up with them. But as well as the little mini adventures, there's a big arc of a huge thing going on, which, you know, the second season, you'll see.
Dutch has a past. She has a pretty serious past, actually, but does she remember all of it? How does that work for your character?
Dutch remembers all of it. She remembers, she knows she's trying to escape it. She's running away from it. And there is a dark past, but there is goodness in it.
When you read the script, if you were excited, like, what, did she jump off the page for you?
Oh my gosh, I was like, Dutch, what a name. And then after reading the script, I was like, okay, so we have a strong, authoritative, female lead character, which the world needs more of, can I just say? Yet with a attachment of vulnerability.
Let's talk about your character in the show, because you're kind of a rookie.
Yeah, character is John Jacoby, and he's been killjoying with Dutch's character, but he's definitely not as skilled. He's not as dangerous. So he's more of a pacifist, I guess. So that's sort of what we call him in the show, is that he'd rather sort of talk the situation out if it needs to be. But if you push him too far, he will shoot you in the head as well. So the show, I think, balances action, adventure, sense of comedy, and sexiness. It sort of balances all those things. So as an actor, it's fun to get a chance to play a little bit of those things all the time.
Well, let's talk about Hannah for a second, because she kicks a lot of butt. I'm mildly obsessed with her. But do you love working alongside her? Like, what is your relationship like?
Yeah, I think we got along right off the bat. And my character didn't get a lot of backstory. It was interesting because both Luke and Hannah's character really sort of we had a lot of backstory. And then my character was sort of in the middle trying to hold this team together because they were sort of going on different directions. So I'm really hoping that in the second season we do get to see a little bit more of my backstory and see where I'm coming from, because it's only fair.
I need to know, just for my own personal reasons, what does it take to be a killjoy?
Well, you have to be willing to kick butt. You have to be willing to kill, even though Johnny's a little reluctant at that. But when push comes to shove, you have to sometimes be able to do that. Sense of humor helps, which you seem to have it.
Oh, thanks, yeah.
Yeah, I think you could be a pretty good killjoy. Yeah.
Did you hear that, Mom?
Yeah.
I'd make a good killjoy.
Oranges, in the name of the RAC, you are locked and served.
Well, damn.
Life goals, be more like Dutch. That's
Okay.
just like a note for me. You can have your own goals.
She's pretty cool. All right, stick around. When we come back, we're taking a look at Finn and Jake Investigations. Yes, it's a brand new Adventure Time game.
Hi, my name is Jason Vandenberg. I'm the creative director of For Honor. My favorite Star Wars memory, honestly, is the first time that I saw this movie in the theaters, because I'm that old. I saw it there. To me, I have this crystal clear image of this massive stormtrooper helmet when they were storming in, when Darth Vader was attacking the ship, Princess Leia's ship. That moment was so vivid for me. I remember just burning into my mind in this huge theater. And now that I'm an adult, I actually went back to that theater and I realized actually I was just really short because I was a kid. It wasn't nearly as big as I thought that it was. But in my head, stormtroopers are huge.
Nice one, Jason. Now get back to work and finish For Honor. I can't wait to play that damn game.
I know, he's been talking about it since E3, but you know what? I've been talking about a game since E3 also because I investigated a new Adventure Time game.
Very nice.
Cut!
bunch of people have disappeared, including Peppermint Butler.
Adventure time, come on, join your friends. Yes, there's a new adventure game coming out. I'm so excited about this one, but Anthony, this is your baby, so you need to tell me about it.
Rather than the 2D dungeon crawlers in the past, this is actually a traditional adventure game in the style of the, classic adventure games of the 90s, where it's kind of point and click, but the emphasis is really much on exploration, investigation, a little bit of combat, but it's an adventure game first. It's all about exploring the world, immersing you in the world of Ooh.
I absolutely love that because I haven't enjoyed the past Adventure Time games as much as I feel like I'm going to enjoy this one because of the whole investigative nature of it. Because these guys, they get things done. So what kind of things are we going to see Finn and Jake get up to?
This is episodic format. So the story involves this ticker type machine that they discovered, which is this old relic that used to belong to their parents when they were investigators. And they fix it up and they decide, hey, I think we can be investigators. So this thing prints out a case and tells them, hey, there's trouble in the Candy Kingdom. So they're going to rush off there. Their first case actually is to solve a kidnapping that has occurred in the Candy Kingdom. So they're going to go around, they're going to talk to all the citizens, the guards, collecting evidence, picking up items, combining stuff. It's a lot of fun.
But they do get up to so many things, and that's the beautiful thing about the Land of Ooh, is that they can really do anything and go anywhere. So you guys had a big playground to work with here. How big is the game exactly, and how much gameplay are we getting out of this?
The game's going to be about 10 to 12 hours in total. Each episode is going to be about 2 hours. It's not exactly open world, but we do take you to a lot of locations. So you got the Treehouse, you got the Candy Kingdom, you got the Flame Kingdom, Ice Kingdom, we got Wizard City, we got Billy's Cave. We're going to take you everywhere.
Nice job, M-Rob. Adventure Time, Finn and Jake Investigation comes out tomorrow.
But don't go anywhere because during this commercial break, Vic and I are going to be constructing our own Lego base to bring you a review of Lego Dimensions.
Why can't you do that kind of magic?
EP's mobile coverage is brought to you by Gameloft, makers of Asphalt 8 Airborne, which you can play on your Android or iOS device for free right now.
While I've been traveling, I picked up a few games in the App Store, one of them being my NBA 2K16. Now, I haven't actually played NBA 2K16 yet, but this is a companion app for it, and guess what? You don't actually need a game to play this one. This is a card-based game, and yes, I've seen a lot of these in the app stores before. What's funny about it is the fact that your cards actually play basketball against one another, so you play against someone online, if you can find someone, which is actually pretty easy to do, and you just take them on, so your stats and your cards take on their stats and their cards, and you see them duke it out really quickly. The quick matches are done really fast, which I love. You can just jump in and jump out, dribble a few balls, get a few baskets. It's kind of fun and interesting to see it all play out. You can also upgrade your cards as well. It's a huge RPG mechanic as well in this one. And yes, we've seen this mechanic before, but the reason why we've seen it is because it works in the App Store. And yes, if you tie this in with your NBA 2K16, you actually get points in that as well. There's a good matchmaking system there. I haven't played the console game yet, but I'm actually enjoying this iOS version on its own. It's fun to just jump in and play and quickly, and then you get rewarded quickly as well. It's pretty interesting, so if you're into cards and basketball, I mean, I don't understand why you wouldn't pick this up. This is my NBA 2K16, and it's getting an 8 out of 10.
Okay, I have got to download that right away so I can start earning some of those VC coins.
That's exactly it, because I played this game without even playing NBA 2K16, and you're loving this thing. Yeah. So, okay, anyway, moving right along, we've got to go now to our review of Lego Dimensions. It took us a while to get to this, but here.
Delivery.
3 a.m. Mysterious glowing. Object arrives on front doorstep. Messenger not sighted.
Apologies for our tardiness on our Lego Dimensions review, but let's just tell them the truth, Victor Lucas. We had some problems.
Yes, we did.
I had some problems.
It was the toy tag for the Batmobile. Warner Brothers corrected the thing. It took them a while to get us another one because of shipping and whatever.
Sure.
Everything has worked. I bought an extra set just to make sure everything worked with that one. And also, I got incredibly addicted with this game.
Yeah, of course.
I was so absolutely taken aback by how cool it was to have Marty McFly talking to Homer Simpson and then Wonder Woman talking. I mean, it's just so many cool little bits in here.
And this is the highlight. This is exactly what's going to get everybody, is all these characters that you know and you love interacting with one another in these worlds that you wish that you could have lived in growing up, especially with The Simpsons. Are you kidding me?
It looks so cool, yeah.
The first starter pack, you don't get The Simpsons, you get 3 main characters. Wild Style, we get Batman, and we get Gandalf.
Yeah.
So in those 3 characters...
Did you say Batman?
Not again.
I said Batman.
Okay, you got Batman.
Okay, so Batman's in this thing.
Okay.
It's great. I mean, all the voice acting is there. It's freaking fantastic.
You get
it
to
is
see
on
Batman
point.
meet the Lego Movie Batman, and they have some repartee.
Sure,
It's
of course.
pretty funny.
I mean, it's hilarious, and that's the thing about these games, is that they're funny. There's a lot of humor in there.
I think I might have opened a dimensional vortex.
In the adventure mode, the story mode that you get with the starter pack, you get a little taste of each of these different worlds. And if you choose, right, you have a choice in this. If you buy the starter pack, you're buying every damn thing. If you choose to buy another character from another adventure world, you open up a whole play area, and some of the levels, some of the different character packs come with other adventure stories that you can follow along in.
Why can't you do that kind of magic?
You can live in those worlds a little bit longer, but in the main core thing, you actually get a pretty robust collection of adventures and things to do and things to explore. But basically how it works with LEGO Dimensions is you have to have a character from a world in order to open the portal to go into that world.
Yes, for sure. That's it. And that's the thing here. We haven't even talked about the portal. The portal is different from any other portal that you've seen, or power portals, or portal of power, whatever it might be in other Toy to Life games. This one you actually build. You can build onto. I mean, you don't technically have to, but of course you're going to want to, because that's the whole experience of it. You're building Lego with this game. And then there are 7 different places you can place a character on, which is crazy to me. I just feel like there's too much going on. Also, when you are battling something, or if you're in a boss battle of some kind, there is a lot of movement of pieces that is required, not only for that, but for other things too. And then when there's puzzling,
this is what's ingenious about the LEGO Dimensions thing, as opposed to the other Toys to Life stuff, is that it really forces you to interact with the toy component of it. Whether you're rebuilding the vehicles, which you can do and do a bunch of different variations, you don't have to.
Oh, come on.
This may take a while.
Because it's really, you're just playing off of the tags. But you do have to move the pieces in and out, and of course there are characters that are better suited, which has been a part of the LEGO games forever. But now you actually get the physical, tactile, you know, picking up characters, rebuilding them, putting them down, getting the new sets and putting them in, and seeing what kinds of activities and what kinds of new areas are open up to you. Like Wonder Woman has turned out to be one of the best characters in the game.
For sure.
Because she can fly and she's got all kinds of incredible strength and ability. I love playing as Wonder Woman in this game.
Of course, who doesn't love playing as Wonder Woman
And her
in this game? Are
invisible
you
jet.
kidding me?
If you love Lego and you love those Lego games, if you like physical Lego and building the things,
Oh my god,
this
I
is
really want to be a
ridiculous.
master builder so bad.
It's ridiculous. It's so great. I'm really, really, really impressed with it. All right, we got to score this. What are you going to give LEGO Dimensions?
Get a 7.5.
7.5?
Yeah.
Really? Ouch.
Big.
Gets a 9 from me.
It's still a good score. I just want you all to know I consider myself a master builder now, because not only did I build mine, but I built Victor Lucas's also.
So true. All right, stick around. We've got more Scott's spooky stories when we return. If you want more EP, go to our website, epn.tv, for bonus content and full episodes. We're also on Facebook and Twitter.
All right, I'm Cliff Rouse.
And I'm Derek Lee, and tomorrow we're going on a year-long trip around the world!
Boo! It's Scary Movie time again, boys and girls. Today, the movie we're talking about is called Afflicted. This was recommended by my friend Brian Davis. He said it's good, so I checked it out. And guess what, Brian? You are right, my friend. This movie is about 2 young guys who go on an around-the-world trip. They don't quite make it all the way around the world. They make it as far as Italy, and then things kind of go wrong. One of the young guys, I don't want to give you too much away, but one gets infected, and no, it's not a traditional STD like I got infected with when I traveled around the world. It gets dark, it gets scary, feels very intimate, very personal, and it feels very authentic. And these are all things I look for in my scary movies. I feel like you're going to find a lot more here than you expect going into it. Some cliches, but overall pretty fresh, pretty original, and I dare you to watch it this Halloween.
I don't want to stop the trip.
You're freaking me out right now. Just stop.
Thank you for your spooky story, Mr. Jones. All right, now let's move on to our Twitter question of the day. And this one is from Aaron Grimshaw, Grimshaw Games. Will we see Super Mario 2 as DLC for Mario Maker?
Oh, that is a very good question.
Yeah.
But okay, so Mario Maker does have elements of Super Mario 2.
Yeah.
But
already. You just have to kind of unlock them as you play.
Yes.
But it was a totally different game, right?
It was a different game in Japan. It was called Doki Doki.
Doki Doki Panic, which was skinned with Mario-type assets here. But even all of the enemies and bad guys and some of the mechanics all felt different than what was in Super Mario Bros. 1. And so...
And 3, like it was a completely different game.
Yes, it was.
Just talking about this makes me want to play Super Mario 2, so I do want more.
I love that game. It was so cool. It was so unique and fun, pulling the roots out of
those turnips.
Yeah, so throwing turnips around. Yes.
I know.
Very cool, very cool. But I wouldn't be surprised if DLC of more assets from Super Mario Bros. 2 ends up in the game.
It's a really good idea,
I think that would be super fun. Good question. If you've got a question for us, head to our website, epn.tv.
We've got more coming for you in the next episode of EP Daily, including a look at Just Dance 2016, where I bust some moves.
You do bust some moves. Thanks for watching, everybody.
They don't look like that.
EP would like to thank its sponsors, Nintendo, Xbox.
That's the primal way to do things, is to dance it off. So you want to convey emotion, you just dance it off. And that's really what you're doing in Just Dance, but obviously you have to upgrade things because this is a new version of Just Dance. So what are we seeing that's new in 2016?
There's one thing that you can call an upgrade, but for us it's even the way to make sure that everyone can dance, because in Just Dance 2016 you can dance with your phone. Look at that, I had the phone right in my hand because I knew what I was going to say. It's perfect. We know that not everyone on PS4 or Xbox One has a camera right now, and it's the same on Wii U. Not everyone has a Wii remote. So now, if you have a smartphone, you can play Just Dance. You just download the free app, and then you can connect, and you can connect up to 6 players. Isn't that awesome?
Don't believe me, just watch.
It's super easy. You just have to download the app, you're on the same Wi-Fi, you connect, and then all the menus can be controlled with it. So if you swipe here, it's exactly like if you were, and you really control your television. It feels magical. Even to me, or even if I've been working on this project for 1 year, it still feels magical to be able to control your TV with your phone.